everyone, and welcome to our second Let's Meditate for 21 Days series called Going Deeper. Today is day 32. My name is Sylvia, and I live in Virginia and Florida, where I have family in both places. And I've been meditating and foot soaking since 2001. So we do start all sessions with the foot soak. You will need a bucket that you just use for foot soaking, just lukewarm water and a handful of salt, another little container, a container of fresh water, and a towel, either paper or cloth, doesn't matter. And you'll have time now to go and get those things if you haven't already managed it and known about it. On Sunday, our last program, we had a program called Face Yourself, in which we understood that through vibrations, through our subtle system, we can get the answers to our questions and work out our problems on a deep level within. Today, our program is called The Light of the Spirit. So we'll learn much more about that topic. If you are new tonight, or if you've missed any classes, please don't be concerned. We have recorded all of the sessions and they're available to you on the website. And after the 1 hour session, which is our formal session tonight, there will be breakout rooms and you can meet with the Sahaja Yoga teacher and get your questions answered and get updated. Tonight, we will start with a foot soak and we'll have 2 guided meditations, a talk by our founder, Shri Mataji, Nirmala, Devi, and also music with our live musician. So with that, I would love to introduce our presenters, and I hope you're all there. Yes, Kalyan, Nidhi, and Tracy, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to see you guys. Kalyan is our musician tonight. Kalyan, would you like to start with your introduction, please?
Sure. My name is Kalyan Gopalakrishnan. I have been practicing Sahaja Yoga for about 18 years now. I live near Hartford in Connecticut. And I'm going to be singing tonight. Usually I play the violin. There is a beautiful poem about we being the pure spirit. And I felt that would be very appropriate for today's theme. So we will sing, and we will also experiment with you singing along with us. Some parts of it which are very simple to follow. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm glad you let everybody know in advance. They can get themselves ready. Beautiful. Great. Nidhi, would you like to go next, please?
Hi, my name is Nidhi. I live in Northern Virginia, originally from India, but I've been in Virginia from last 3 decades or more. And I'm very happy to be part of this program today and looking forward to enjoy this meditative journey with you all.
Thank you, Nidhi. Tracy, you've been
Hello,
with us
everyone.
before.
Thank you, Sylvia. Hello, everyone. My name is Tracy Tishik. Was born and raised and grew up in Los Angeles, raised a family in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and currently live in Southeast Florida. And just like Nidhi, there's no place I'd rather be than here with all of you and meditating together. Looking forward to it.
Oh, beautiful. And with that, Nidhi will be leading our foot soak and first meditation. So over to you, Nidhi. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sylvia. So before we start our foot soak, we will talk about the topic of the day today that we have chosen. It is about our spirit. So like all other chakras, we have 3 sides to each chakras. Even our heart chakra has 3 sides, left, right, and the center. The right heart gives us the power to be responsible, to do our day-to-day activities responsibly, not being over-responsible or irresponsible in our responsibilities, our duties. The center heart, it gives us the power to be confident in ourselves, to be secured. And today's topic, the left heart, it gives us the power to be loving and compassionate to ourselves and to the whole humanity around us. It also gives us the power to connect to our spirit, which resides in our left heart. Now, what is the spirit? This is the purest thing that resides within us. Every living or non-living thing has a purest thing within them. In human beings, that is our spirit, which is not attached to anything, which is the cleanest and purest thing and is full of infinite energy, which today in our meditation we will try to tap on, to use that energy in enlightening our chakras, enlightening our meditations also. Now, during our lifetime, due to our certain attachments, our egos, our conditionings, or our upbringings also, we intentionally or unintentionally put a lot of layers or covers over the spirit, which is the purest thing. But this is all unintentional, that we put all these covers and layers on it, and we start identifying ourselves with those covers and layers. Thus, we are not able to tap into that true energy. We are not able to connect to that true energy of our spirit. What happens with meditation is that while we meditate, slowly those covers, those layers, we are able to remove them. It takes some time. It doesn't happen in a day. But one by one, we are able to remove those layers. And more we meditate, more those layers start coming off. And as these layers start coming off, we realize very important thing, that we know that we have this body and we have to take care of this body, but we are not attached to this body. We know that we have this mind which helps us in thinking, planning, processing everything, but we are not controlled by this mind. We know that we have our ego, our conditionings, our good and bad habits, but none of it now controls us. We, in a very simple sentence, I will say that once we tap into this energy of our spirit, we become our own master. We become our own teacher. We are able to master our own senses. Nobody can control our emotions. Nobody else, can control our emotions. Nobody else can control our desires, our thoughts, our attention, or our actions. We become our own guru. We become our own master. And that is the main thing, that we are able to master ourselves. So today, in our meditation, we will try to make that connection with our spirit. And obviously with that Kalyan's meditation and music also, we will try to increase that connection with our spirit. And the end result, if you want to know what it will be, that we should be able to feel peaceful in our heart, relaxed in our heart, lighter in our heart. That is a sign that we have tapped into that energy of our spirit, which is eternal, which is purest form, and which has the infinite source of energy for us. Another thing in our today's meditation, we're going to use few Sanskrit words. I hope everyone is comfortable with short Sanskrit words. So 3 words. First one is Sat, S-A-T, which means the eternal truth. Second word is Chit, which means, which is spelled as C-H-I-T, which means the pure attention. And the third word is Ananda, A-N-A-N-D, which means the pure joy. Just simple, these 3 words, Sat, Chit, and Anand. You can use these words and you will feel the difference in your own subtle system when you are using these words and tapping into the energy of our spirit. Hopefully everyone is ready with their foot soak tubs. As Sylvia suggested, the foot soak tub with the lukewarm water, salt in it, towel, and a spare mug with the fresh water. So should we start? Before we begin our foot soak, just simply sit comfortably wherever you are, with your both hands open on your lap, and gently close your eyes. Very gently, no pressure on your forehead, no pressure on your eyes. Hands simply open on your lap, palm facing upwards in a receptive position. Try to keep your back straight so that we have clean, clear passage for our energy to rise up. No need to put attention anywhere, just simply sit with your hands open, back straight, eyes gently closed. And very slowly bring your attention to your breathing. Just observe yourself breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Do it a couple of times. And you will slowly feel that your attention starts pulling off from the world around you and starts settling down in your heart. Simply breathing in, breathing out. With every out breath, just let go of all the stress that we have collected through the day. Let go of all the thoughts that are going in your head. Just for next few minutes, no attention towards those thoughts. Now very slowly, we will raise our energy 3 times and put ourselves into protection. Let's raise it first time. Take it above your head and tie 1 knot. Second time, raise the energy up very slowly, gently, respectfully, and tie 2 knots above your head. Third time, raise it again, take it above your head, and tie 3 knots there. Leave your left hand open on your lap. With your right hand, let's do our protection. 1 for the first chakra. 2 for the second chakra. 3 for the third chakra. 4 for the fourth chakra. 5 for the fifth chakra. 6 for the sixth chakra. And the last one, 7 for our 7th chakra. Now we will take the kind permission from Lord of all the seas, Lord of all the waters, to please allow me to put my feet into your water. And please absorb all my imbalances, all my stress, and help me in this meditative journey. Let's put our both feet into the water. Keep your eyes gently closed all through the meditation. Let's keep our left hand open on our lap and drop our right hand towards the Mother Earth. To enlighten our left channel, we are going to use the Sanskrit word that we told earlier, Sat. So we will take a very short Sanskrit mantra, Om Sat. A-U-M, Om, S-A-T, Sat. I will say it one time, then I will request you all to please repeat the same 3 times within yourself. Left hand open and right hand towards Mother Earth. Let's say it together. Om Sat. Please repeat it within yourself at least 3 times. Here we request that Mother, please awaken the power of eternal truth within my left channel. The eternal truth that I am not this body or attached to this body. I am not this mind or this ego. I am a pure spirit. I am just the pure spirit. Let's bring our right hand back in the lap, palm facing upwards. Raise our left hand towards the ether. On our right channel, let us use the word Om Chitta. A-U-M Om C-H-I-T Chitta. Om Please repeat it 3 times. Can request here that Mother, please awaken the pure power of attention within my right channel. Help my attention so that it becomes steady within me. Let's bring both our hands, palm facing upwards on your lap. And now we will say the word Om Ananda. A-U-M Om A-N-A-N-D Ananda. While keeping our attention on this central channel. Om Ananda. Please repeat it 3 times within yourself. Mother, please fill me with this eternal joy. Give me the power of this eternal joy. Let's put our right hand on top of her head at the 7th chakra. Push it gently. And massage it clockwise 7 times. And bring your hand down. For another minute or so, let's keep our attention where we just massaged at top of our head. Our silent, steady attention. Just observe yourself. Do you feel that peace in your heart? That silence in your mind? We can now rinse our feet and put the foot tub on the side. Hope you guys were able to feel that peace in your heart. I did. So thank you all for joining for this short futsal. Now we will listen to Shri Mataji's talk where she explains more about our connection with our spirit, the qualities that we develop when we are connected with the spirit. The talk of Shri Mataji will be followed by the musical offering by Kalyan.
You don't do wrong things. You just don't do it. It's not that somebody is telling you or you want to follow it or there is compulsion or you are disciplined. But you just don't like to do wrong things, to say something which is not respectful, which is not helpful, which is not loving. This is the quality of a Sahaja where you become the spirit. Becoming the spirit, you don't have to tell anybody. So obvious, so evident, and one can see that. And the more you go deep into yourself, you find that you are endowed with such greatness within you, such beautiful feelings, such nice things within you, that you overcome the ego of others. I must tell you a story. Once I went to see a saint. So the Sahaja said, Mother, you never go and see these gurus and this and that. So why do you? I said, you come along with me. So we had to climb a lot. I said, from here you see his vibration. First you see his vibration. Lots of vibrations come. So we went up the hill, climbed up, and this gentleman was supposed to have powers that he could control the rain. And it started raining, and raining very heavy. And I got completely drenched in that rain. When I went up, I saw him sitting on a stone, just shaking his head with anger or I don't know what. So I went into his cave and sat down. So he came back. And he said to me, "Mother, why didn't you allow me to stop the rain? Is it to overcome my ego?" I said, "No, not that. I didn't see your ego anywhere. But the problem is another. You are a sannyasi, you are one who are an ascetic. You bought a sari for me. Now if you bought a sari for me, I can't take from you because you are a sannyasi. So I had to get drenched so that I will have to borrow sari from you." And the whole thing melted away. He became a very different person. So with wisdom, you know how to handle different types of people. You say things by which you melt their ego. Their conditionings also are brought into a kind of a new awakening with it. They see in you that wisdom, that love, that expression of, I should say, your spirit. And that's how so many saints, though they were tortured and troubled by many, but they were definitely very much respected and loved. But those saints in those days, I must say, were definitely very nice and good people. But one thing was there, they were rather strict and disciplining with their disciples. The reason was that they were not realized souls, their disciples. And these gurus thought that unless and until you discipline these people, they'll never rise, they'll never become something great. So they are to be disciplined. And those who were seekers of truth accepted. All right, whatever you say we'll do. Even if you ask us to fast, we'll do. They'll stand on their heads, all right, stand on our head. Do what you say, I will be willing to do it. You don't have to worry on that point. And that's how they were very disciplining time. But in Sahaja Yoga, there's no discipline taught. The reason is you are realized souls. Your spirit is there and the spirit gives you the light. In that light you see yourself so clearly and you can discipline yourself. I don't have to tell you. You know that so many people have given up drugs overnight. But I never told them, I never even talked about drugs or anything. And how did they do it? Because they had the light. And this is what is you have got today in the light of the Spirit. You become absolutely independent and absolutely free, complete freedom, because you have the light. You cannot do wrong things. Supposing now there is light and there is some sort of a big explosion taking place. I won't run towards the explosion. No, you won't run either, because you have got the eyes. So the Spirit and its light is the greatest guiding factor. So this is what you have achieved through your enlightenment, that you are beyond all this. And you become a person of a temperament which is so loving and so joyful. I mean, it's so many examples I can give in Sahaja Yoga. It has happened that I have seen the beauty of their love and affection. Not only towards me, but towards others also. Only if it is only towards me, I can explain it. But I can't explain the way they are kind to people, as I told you yesterday. that these people went to Israel, now they went to Egypt, they went to Russia. Who told them? I never asked anybody to go anywhere. On their own they felt they have to go and do this job, and they have to help people to get out of their ignorance. So today, on such a day, when you are celebrating my 75th birthday, and so many balloons are there, they are very remarkably, very picturesque and have colors of different types expressing your love for me. In everything I see your love. Whatever you have done here, all your decorations, everything, I feel my children are so loving. I have done nothing for you. I don't know what makes you feel such gratitude. I still want to know what have I done. I have done nothing. But the way you want to express your love is very surprising. Except for, I would say that you got the light of your spirit. In that light might be you see something different in me. But the way you are showing your gratitude is really beyond. As the other day one of the speakers said that you don't thank your mother, take her for granted. It's a fact. There's no need to thank me, you have to take me for granted. But the way you want to thank me, just like a small little child would like to thank, just become like children. You're so enthusiastic about it, and you don't understand that normally is not done like this anywhere. Nobody tries to be just like children expressing their beautiful love. It's a very new thing that one can see. Such peace, such love, such joy all around in a far-fetched place like this. How could you do that? How could you manage that? It's not easy to understand. It's not for human beings to see that. They just don't understand how these people are like this and why are they living like this so happily. Now you have comforts in the house, you are living so well in your houses, everything is there, but here in this scout ground, it's not such a comfortable place to live. But you can live anywhere, I know, I've seen it. Wherever you are, as long as there are Sahajogis around, you don't care for anything. And this collective enjoyment of each other, without any expectation, without any criticism, without any gossip or any nonsense like that, is so beautiful. And even when you pull each other's legs, I enjoy your jokes and understand that is such friendship, such beautiful friendship. Whether you are from India or from England or from America or from any other place, you find this such oneness of understanding, oneness of movement. Like one wave rises and another wave rises, another wave rises. It's continuous, eternal. And this is what one has to achieve for others also. For that also must remember that you have the light.
Let's be in silent meditation for a minute, letting those vibrations be absorbed within us. Now we will sing a Sanskrit poem that was written by a great saint. It's about our true identity. It says, I am the pure spirit. And the words are Shivoham, Shivoham, which means I am the spirit. And the summary of the meaning of this poem is that it says, I am not the ego, I am not the body, I am not the intellect, I am not all the conditionings, all the relations. I am the eternal bliss. I am the eternal awareness. And Shivoham, Shivoham comes in every stanza of this poem. So what we can do is, I will sing the Shivoham and you can repeat. And at the end of every stanza, I will be singing it and you can join me. And when we say Shivoham, Shivoham, it just means I am the pure spirit. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Manobuddhyahankar Chittaninaham Na Shotra Jihvena Chagrana Netre Na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayu Chidananda rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Na cha prana sangyo na vai panchavayur na va sapta dhatur na va panchakosha na va navakpani padau na chopasthapayu Chidananda rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Na me dvesha ragau Na me lobha mohau Mado naiva me naiva Matsarya bhava Na dharmo na chartho Na kamo na moksha Chidananda rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham सुखम् न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धश्चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
With that very cleansing foot soak and this nurturing musical offering from Kalyan, we continue this meditation. We can close our eyes. Our hands are resting open on our lap. With a pure desire to know and become our spirit. Let's place our right hand in the very center of our abdomen. Here we can feel the peace and balance. Mother Kundalini brings us into balance. So we begin to feel the state of peace. Here we accept ourselves, who we are. I accept myself as I am. Moving our hand to the left heart. Take a slow breath in. Hold the breath in. Exhale. And hold it out. Breathe in. And pause. Exhale. Hold it out. Let's continue to slow our breathing gently. Our attention is turned inside. To our eternal and universal self, our spirit. The being that is identical in all of us. My spirit is eternal. My spirit is universal. My spirit is complete. I am my pure spirit. Let's bring the fourth finger on our right hand and gently place it in the center of our forehead. Resting it there lightly. When the center relaxes, the thoughts diminish and dissolve. And the silence grows. The silence that is the nature of spirit. Let's bring our hand now to the top of our head, resting the center of our palm. Bend the head slightly forward. And let the hand rest very gently on top of our head. The silence is a means to becoming our spirit. Here, we can know the truth, consciousness, and joy. Let's lift our hand up. Take a deep breath. And lift it higher. Can move it a little bit to see if we can find the vibrations emanating from the fontanelle bone. Here we go beyond this body, this mind, these emotions, our individual personality, and become collective, connected, united with the divine. So let's allow our awareness to sit here, to sit with the divine as we bring our hand back on our lap. Only our spirit can unite with the divine. My spirit is part and parcel of the divine. Here we can welcome the power of the divine into us. Let me be filled with the pure divine love. Let me recognize the divine love within me. The divine love that is my spirit. Remaining in this lovely state, let's slowly, very slowly, raise and tie up our Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandha. And with great respect, gratitude, humility, bow to our spirit, to our Mother Kundalini, and to Shri Mataji.
Thank you so much to all of you for beautiful instruction, foot soak, guidance, interactive music tonight, and deep silent meditation. Hope we're all feeling that awakening of our spiritual energy. And let's keep our attention there as we hear a few announcements, but don't let our attention slip, because we are the pure spirit. And these are just things that don't control us. So today is Tuesday's edition. On Thursday, we will explore the powers of the awakening of the center heart. On day 33, having confidence in your new awareness. We, in addition to these programs, have many resources for you. Perhaps you're already aware of the mentor program, which becomes more popular every day. The form link is in the Zoom chat now, and you can request a mentor so that you can have a Sahaja Yoga teacher as a friend, as a guide to help you navigate your own journey. We all had that when we came into Sahaj, and we know what a difference it makes. So we really want you to have that full experience as well. To add to your experience also, please join our WhatsApp group. That will allow you to see spiritual messages every day, to keep you connected to your spirit. And also you'll get the live Zoom links and reminders. And all of this is available on our website. That's the page for everything. The links, the connections, the handouts, all the recordings. Again, the sessions are all recorded, so you can find them all there, as well as links for the sessions and also the WhatsApp. So we've come to the end of our formal program tonight, but we always like to add a little bit more. So we have a choice now that we would like to offer you. Everyone is invited to either stay in here in the main room, or you're invited to take part in the interactive workshops in a breakout room. For that, just type in the Zoom chat now, breakout room help, to them, that you would like to meet one-on-one with Sahaja Yoga teacher. This is great for you if you have personal questions, or you want an update, or you want more of a review of what we went over today. And also, another way to get your questions answered is to write your question in the Zoom chat, and it will be answered by one or two people who are just standing by to answer your questions even more. So we can just stand by, and if you choose to be in a breakout room, you'll be shifted into the breakout room soon. And here in the main room, let's welcome our presenters back. We have, again, Nidhi and Tracy and Kalyan. Thank you again to all of you for beautiful, beautiful evening's program. So here in the main room, we want to share with our seekers, with everyone who's joined us tonight, some answers that we have about becoming the spirit or witnessing our own spirit. So we have two questions. The first one is for everyone, but we can go around in a circle. So the question is, in what ways are you aware of your spirit or of becoming the spirit as you have meditated over the years after coming into Sahaja Yoga? And Nidhi, I'd like to start with you, please.
Thanks, Sylvia. It's a very interesting question. I have to think it. Okay, so as we were talking earlier, that becoming a spirit means you start developing a quality where you can become detached with your emotional upheaval. You can become detached with your disturbed attention, or you can become detached with your all kind of habits. You know, that spirit gives you the power. So what is my personal experiences. Just to let everybody know about my personal life, I have 2 grown-up boys. So living with grown-up boys, there's a lot in your life, okay? But I felt that this meditation, when it gave me the power to connect to my spirit, I knew where to react and where not to react. I could control my reactions. And that in turn was very helpful to my whole family. My boys also meditate. So they were also trying, but they were going through their own age hormonal things, But it helped. The meditation helped. When you feel that connection to your spirit, you know that, okay, this thing I can detach myself from. I don't need to react to it. And that gives you the power over that whole situation. That situation doesn't overpower you. You can overpower that situation. That is my personal experience.
Thank you very much, Nidhi. Thank you for that answer. Kalyan, I'd like to call on you next, please.
Sure. Again, very nice question. So in my experience, one thing that I felt over the years was that I was able to develop forgiveness. And when that happens, I know that it's the spirit within me which is doing that. And particularly in situations where, like, there's somebody who is really being offensive or not showing the right behavior towards you, or so on, right? Typically, you kind of look at what is wrong with the other person. And but over the years, when you watch yourself, you know that there is a mixed bag within us, right? So when our own awareness of what is within improves, then we are not so bothered about what's wrong with others. And we just forgive at that moment. And it happens not because we train ourselves or mentally or whatever it is, it just happens spontaneously. And then you are able to just look at it, watch it, and not be disturbed by it. I think that's a very tangible manifestation of the spirit.
That's a very powerful example, Kalyan. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
Tracy, would you like to go next, please?
Yes, thank you.
Ways you're aware of your spirit of becoming the spirit.
So this journey has been a very transforming process. It's happened very gently and spontaneously, as Kalyan just said. For me, it began with gaining better balance in my life, not worrying, thinking, organizing, planning about the future, not spending so much time reminiscing or dwelling in those emotional states. So as that balance began to increase, then I became aware through the state of silence, which also grew in that balance. When we're in the center channel, then it becomes a lot easier to touch that state of meditation. And in the meditation, like we talked about the last few nights, we can face ourselves and see where the problems are instead of attributing them to forces outside or others outside of ourselves. So we become aware of the ways in which I became aware of the ways in which I contributed to certain problems. We call them problems, but they're really learning experiences that were taking place in the life. And then as we see our own role, as Kalyan said, we become more detached. As Nidhi said, we can have a better judgment over what to say, when to say it, how to say it. I noticed that I was more joyful a lot more of the time. that I felt lighter in myself, especially after meditation programs. I would come home and my husband would say to me, "Oh, you're shining." So that light, it really radiates, and we can see that in ourselves. Days when we have that light shining more brightly, and other days maybe when we don't feel it as strongly. But gradually over time, it becomes kind of a constant, sort of a baseline. Our baseline rises over the course of time. And then most of all, I'm sorry, I'm going on so long. It's this vibratory awareness, this ability to know the truth, which is coming from our spirit, by feeling these vibrations. And maybe I don't feel them as clearly, frequently, but also knowing, it's a state of knowing. And that knowing happens in the meditation spontaneously, once again, like Kalyan was saying, that it's something that we have a question. We wonder why something has happened. And when we know the truth about a situation, then it doesn't disturb us. I don't get disturbed about things so easily because I can see why they're happening. So that's very empowering. So
That's very empowering. Thank you, Tracy. Actually, your answer is giving us a beautiful segue into the next question, which is more like the experience. So what experiences would you like to relate that happened to you, that came about as you felt that you were becoming the spirit more and more? What experiences have you had related to becoming the spirit? So experientially. So Nidhi, would you like to go next?
So I'll add up to what Tracy said just now, that meditation empowers you. It gives you that state of detachment, of being witness, right? We enjoy that state when we are meditating, but the real effect of that state, we see it in our day-to-day activities, right? That's when we see the real result or effect of this meditation, of our connecting to our spirit, of our being witness. I just gave example of how my interaction with my family improved, So I'll relate one more example, again, a very personal example. But one day I was meditating and my phone was in another room and my husband was there with the phone. During my meditation, there was a time I felt very light, like just now Tracy mentioned, lighter in your heart. I felt that I felt very lighter, as if there is no load on me, all load, all responsibilities, all, everything that is, all the layers that we have on our spirit, that's been shut off. So I finished my meditation and I went to my room and my husband was holding my phone. He said that there was a phone call for you and somebody close to me back in India had passed away. So I immediately connected that, when that news was coming, I was meditating and I could feel that power was giving me more power because I was going to face that situation. And what happened when I faced that situation, that I was sad, but I didn't have that emotional distress or upheaval going on in my head. I was in better control of my situation, that, okay, now the situation has come, how to take care of it. So this is the thing, that we meditate, but the effect we see is in our day-to-day life. The closest people around us, they see the effect of it before we see it on ourselves. And my husband was very surprised that day that such a news has come and you're pretty balanced. And that time I felt, okay, the power that meditation gave me is used now. So that is why connected to the spirit, I felt is very, very important.
It's such a beautiful story that touches on this idea that collective spirit, that somehow perhaps there was some connection between you and the relative who had passed away on an etheric level, on a spirit level, collectively. The spirit is, we also say, is the collective being, really, that we're all kind of part and parcel of. So very evocative story. I can just imagine how people must be enjoying hearing that.
Thank you.
Kalyan, we'll call on you again. Can you relate
Sure.
another experience? Mhm.
Sure. So this is in relation to music and in relation to playing instruments, singing, whatever. There are times when I feel that it's just happening through me. I'm not the one who is doing it. And there have been times when that feeling has been very deep. In fact, there was one time when I attended a meditation seminar in New Jersey, and then we drove back to Connecticut pretty late in the night. So I remember reaching home at around 1 o'clock in the morning. And after that, I felt so energized that I didn't want to go to sleep. I just picked my instrument and started playing. And I don't know how long I would have played, but it was like a state where it just was happening. I was just enjoying the music that was getting produced. And I know for sure I was not the one because I've never played so effortlessly. And ever since I have kind of thought about it that when we practice music, a lot of times we try to focus on something and we try to fix something. But when we kind of surrender to the spirit and focus more on just the meditation, it just happens. So that's where music really is.
Wow, beautiful. I think everyone can relate to the fact that music takes to another level. And so now this raises the bar a little bit for some experiences people perhaps can look forward to also. Very nice share. Thank you, Kalyan. Tracy, would you please relate some experience to
So
becoming the spirit?
all of these aspects of our own inner being are kind of a feedback that show us that this nature of our own inner being is manifesting in our lives. I had one very powerful experience early on when Shri Mataji came to North America, and it was at a public program in Toronto. Mm-hmm. And after the public program, Shri Mataji would be on the stage almost every public program, and she would meet and greet each and every person who came, and the line would go out the door, and people would come one by one to meet her, and many other things would go on during that time. She would work on them and talk with them intimately about what's going on in their lives, etc. And in this particular program, we were, many of us who had been practicing the meditation for some time, were sitting on the risers that were on the stage around Shri Mataji, like the risers that a choir will stand on when they have a performance. And the conversations that Shri Mataji was having, we were on the sidelines and observing, and at times she would call us to come and give vibrations and work on one or more of the seekers. And I noticed towards the end, as I had been sitting there, physically, this transformational experience had been going on that I was aware of, and it grew stronger and stronger. And what it was is that my body became lighter and lighter and lighter as if there was no awareness or sensory experience of the physical aspect of my body, that I just felt like I was etheric and no longer in this physical being. As I was sitting there, I was fully aware of everything going on, enjoying the evening, sitting with so many dear friends. And yet at the same time, my physical body felt as if it was dissolving, or maybe even disappearing. And I think we also, at times when we're meditating, we notice that as our own inner energy rises, she also, to some extent, we feel aches and pains dissolve away. We feel our breathing become very quiet and slow, and everything just sort of slows down and becomes very quiet. And so that was a much more powerful sort of, I guess you could say, way in which this divine power grants us a little glimpse of the nature of our spirit.
So experiential that I think we come to meditation as seekers. We're seeking. And what are we seeking? Of course, we're seeking truth, maybe answers. But ultimately, also, we're definitely seeking experiences that are of a higher nature, a deeper nature, that automatically give us the answers, as was mentioned so nicely by all of you in your own way. So maybe what would be appropriate now is to just bring our attention inside again for just a few moments. And Kalyan, could you guide us just a little bit in
Sure.
another few minutes? That's all.
Sure.
Of meditation. Thank you.
We'll close our eyes. We feel the spirit inside us. When we get our self-realization, for the first time, the self, which is the spirit, shines in our attention. And it enlightens our attention. We let our attention be on our spirit. So we experience the nature of the spirit. Which is pure bliss and joy and love. The spirit within us is a reflection of the divinity that's all pervading. We just settle into it. Just enjoy that silence for a couple of more minutes. We can slowly open our eyes.
That was incredibly blissful. So much cool breeze. And makes us feel so calm and connected to each other. So peaceful. It's a real gift whenever we have a chance to meditate together. Thank you so much, Kalyan. And thank you, Nidhi and Tracy, and all of our beautiful tech persons for this great meditation tonight. So perhaps we'll leave it here. And I believe that our lovely tech hosts will be playing a few more reminders as slides and a bit more music if people would like to just keep in the silence, meditating. Those slides will show you a little bit more about Thursday. And so that you can be ready for Thursday and feel inspired to come back. Thank you for joining, and good night, everyone.